Now we will go through the CLI toolkit in IBM API Connect. It is a command line tool. It helps to manage APIs, products and other resources. Using the command, we can manage these resources. It helps to integrate with deployment tool. Deployment tool can be Jenkins, any other tools. Jenkins utilizes these commands to execute on the API Connect. We have the option to download the toolkit in API Connect. Now let's go through the one of the examples. The command starts with APIC space, then the command and the subcommand, then the flags and the file with the details. Now let's go through the catalog create example. Here starts with APIC command, then we have catalogs. What operation doing on the catalogs here? It's create. We are creating a new catalog here. This is the syntax. Now for that we need to provide the organization, that's the provider organization. Then the server. The server should be API management server. Then provide the file. It is of type YML with the catalog details like name and other details. Debug means you will get the detailed output. Here in this example catalog create, this is the organization name for our API instance and this is the API management server endpoint. Here. Let's check the contents of the catalog.yml file. It can be any name. Let's go through the contents of catalog.yml file. Name, this is the name of the catalog development. You can give any valid name here. Then owner underscore URL. This URL represents the user who owns the resource, that is provider organization, because under the provider organization we are creating the catalog. Then the summary, you can give the explanation here. Then the title, it is a dev catalog. Now let's download the toolkit and create a catalog from command line. I have opened API Manager. Now in the main page you can find the tools for download. Click here. Here you can see the toolkit tab. In there you can find the CLI, download toolkit CLI only and CLI plus API designer. Now we are downloading CLI only. We are downloading it for Windows. Now the toolkit is downloaded. I'll open this, unzip this. Contains this APIC executable. Now I'll copy this and keep it in different folder. I'll create one folder here. APIC CLI. I'll paste this. Now here you can find the credentials, toolkit credentials we have to download. This is for API designer, this is for the toolkit CLI. Now I'll download these credentials. Copy this also in the new folder created. APIC CLI. Here I pasted those things. Now these are the two things we have to download. Now we will run the command. I'll open the command prompt at this location. where we have the executable. If you see this, we have the APIC .exe file and the credentials. Before running any command, we need to set the credentials. This is the command for that. We'll copy this. Here we have to replace that with our path. Here we have that credentials dot. We'll just go back and open it again. We'll copy this path slash credentials. This we have to run. I'll copy this and run it in the command prompt. I'm copying it again. Now this is set. Let's increase the font size in this window. Just go and increase it. Now let's run the command for catalog create. APIC. First we'll get the help like this, catalogs. Here create, for create operation -h. This gives the details. If you see here, APIC catalogs create flags, then the catalog file. It is particular to catalog, that's why it is catalog file. Here create a catalog object, fields allowed but ignored. See here, actual flags we need to provide in this. This is the flags here. Now go to the flag section. Here you can find format. It can be JSON, YML, and -o. This is organization here. -org organization here we have to provide. If you want to provide output in the separate file, it will create the file and store in the details there. Else it will show in the console. -s, this is a server. -server. We have to provide the management server endpoint, and also provided the catalog file details here. It is of type YML. See here, it contains name of the catalog, owner URL, summary, and the title. Now let's create this catalog. We will create our own catalog. For that we'll create one file now. I'll go to this section, this folder. I'll create a file, catalog. .yml file. Open this file and enter the contents. I'll just copy this and change the values. Here I'll make it as development. Catalog name is development. Title I'll give dev catalog, and the summary create catalog example. Now we need to find the owner URL. How to find the owner URL? User who owns the provider organization. For that we'll run the command. Here the command is APIC then orgs -get the organization details. If you type -h, it will give the details how to run this command here. APIC organization get flags org here. Now let's give the details. You have to provide the management server endpoint and the organization name. So here APIC orgs get the details. then the organization name. The organization name is the organization name, provider organization name. Next, server. Server is the management server endpoint. This is the management server endpoint. And next, these are the two main arguments here. One is the organization, provider organization, and the server. Then I'll make format as JSON. Enter. Here it's showing please re-log in. It is unauthorized. We haven't logged in yet. We just set the credentials here using this command. These are the credentials set. If you open those credentials, this contains one is for platform API, this is for API manager endpoint. So these are the client ID secret for those, and consumer toolkit, this for different purpose, governance, discovery. Now let's log into this server. If you go at this section, my keys section, here you can find the command APIC slim login SSO context provider, then the server name, then provide the API key. We have the API key here. Now let's copy this command and update the values. Here it's APIC slim. You can change it to APIC because we are using APIC executable. Earlier it was APIC slim. Now login SSO, then server is the same server we copied from our instance only. Then the API key is a variable. Here we'll copy the API key here. Copying it. Here I'm replacing. Now I'll run this command. Bring it again. Paste it. Enter. Now logged into this platform API. This is the API manager endpoint. Now let's run the command, that is this one, get the details of the organization. Enter. Now we have to add the debug here to get the complete details. Hyphen debug. Now you can find the complete details here. We run the command here, and this is the request passed. Here you can see the client ID used, X IBM client ID 1496. This is the one. Credentials for platform API 1496 ends with C2F. This is the client ID used. So request passed here, and you can find the response here. This is 200 OK success, and you can find the details. Organization type provider. So name of the provider organization is showing here. State enabled. This is the owner URL here. Copy this owner URL. Now I'll go to catalog.yml and paste the owner URL. Save the file here. Now we created the catalog.yml file. Now let's create the catalog. Now before going to create the catalog, we will see the current catalog details here. Go to manage. Currently sandbox catalog is there. Now let's create the development catalog. This is the development catalog. Now let's run this. We have this file at this location, catalog.yml file. We have this APIC. Now we'll run the catalog create command. APIC catalogs create give the organization name here. Organization name, we'll get it from here. Copy this. This is the organization name. Then the server. The server API management server. Format JSON. Then I'll make it debug here. Now enter. Okay, it's throwing error. We haven't provided the catalog file name here. We not provided here. Let's do it again. Here catalog file name is catalog.yml here. Catalog.yml ---- debug. Enter. Now it's sending the request to create. Now we got the response. The development catalog is created. This is the endpoint for this catalog. If you see here, this is the catalog ID. The same is in this URL, catalog ID here. Now the name is development catalog, title is dev catalog. This is the summary. This is the owner URL. Now let's go to the API manager UI and check. I'll go to manage. Now you can see dev catalog got created. This is the title. This is the summary. Create catalog example. The name, if you open this, go to catalog settings. Here you can find the name. The name is development here. This is the title. And the owner is APIC SaaS here. In this lecture, we have seen how to download the toolkit from the API manager, and also we have executed the create catalog command.